We started with PowerEQ by taking an Adobe license that copies a PDF file and drops it into Excel, maintains format. And then using the nested function of Excel, set up the engineering rules so we don't select incongruent components on a combine, for example. Bottom line, it makes it possible for an inexperienced person to spec out a combine correctly, and we know the math is correct, the cost is correct. And then we have that hooked, or did have it hooked to another tab that had what we call a sales analysis. That pulled the list price from the machine, and it also pulled in the programs applicable to that machine so that salesman could select the programs available for that machine. So he can quickly identify his cost, calculate his cost. And it has other features, but then about 5 years ago, or 6, I sat down with Wayne and the group one day and said, what happens if I don't get up in the morning? Who's going to maintain this thing? But also we need to take it further. We need to put it into a database. So that's when we brought in Sheila initially as a liaison between me and the programmer. And we used the algorithms initially that was in that old system for the new system. But it's in a database. But I haven't been involved in that just from the beginning. The other group that's over here has taken it to where it is today. Ryan Polite has been very actively involved in sharing with her what the end user needs. It's a tool, it's not a toy. And it will pull data from our business system. It doesn't push to. And it has a call tracking, call reporting system, and a lot of other features today other than just pricing a machine. It's a management tool for us. And yes, we have started selling the use of this to other dealers. We mentioned Berkey's, who you know the folks at Berkey's. And then another AGCO dealer that's just signed on recently. So, but it's not a toy, it's a tool.
Doing this with your spreadsheet?
Approximately 2005 when I started the spreadsheet, because like I shared with you, when I was in school, we didn't know what a computer was, let alone Excel. And so everything that or what little I know about Excel, someone else was able to show me. I said, I know there's multiple ways to do this, show me one and I'll try to remember that. But also anyone who's ever priced out a machine using a pen and paper or a calculator goes through the same calculations that are in PowerEQ. And I may have stolen some of the algorithms. One of them I even named for Berkey, and they saw it in the Berkey grid. And they said, what is this? And I said, I borrowed it from you. So makes him more efficient. It's a tool. It's just that. He can quickly look at a machine that's in the system and know exactly what his cost is in that machine. And then it prepares a quote. It's a professional quote. It shows the customer exactly the way the machine is equipped, or he can modify that to the customer's needs. Sometimes the customer doesn't want to know all that. He can modify that, but he can quickly quote that machine to the customer. And then if there's a trade-in involved, when he goes to the field and looks at the trade-in, he fills out a form we call the due form that collects all the data on that machine that you normally want to know about the used machine. It's the information the buyer wants to know. And then we have places for pictures and that type of thing. So when we market the machine, we're able to put that machine on the internet using industry terminology to describe the machine. But again, it's a tool. It's not a toy. It provides that salesman a tool to do his job. But he can quickly quote the machine, and then he can follow up. Or if I look at a machine, let's say someone calls and wants to transfer a machine, a new machine. I can look and tell how many times it's been quoted. I can tell the last time it's been quoted. I can pull the quote up and look at it, identifies the salesman. I can call the salesman and ask, is your quote current, or is it stale? So again, it's a tool. It's not a toy. It's not really fancy. If you've ever done these things manually and you see the algorithms, fancy word for the mathematical equation, That's all it is. It's